Boxing Day, traditionally the start of the end-of-year sales. But for millions of people, new restrictions mean that queuing outside your favourite shop to grab a bargain will be replaced by searching for deals online, or maybe just not doing it. Around 40% of England's population are now in Tier 4, so that means non-essential shops just can't open. Wales resumes its lockdown, which was brought forward by a week. Restrictions were only eased for Christmas Day. And a 6-week lockdown starts in Northern Ireland, and mainland Scotland will have the new toughest restrictions. That's level 4 for 3 weeks from today. People are urged to stay at home, and most shops, including homeware shops and garden centres, are closed. So how will this affect things? Kate Hardcastle MBE joins us, retail expert from Insight with Passion. Morning, Kate. Happy Boxing Day to you.
Hi, good morning, and to you both.
It's a strange one, this, Kate, isn't it? We'd be used to seeing our TV screens filled with people standing outside freezing cold shops on a Boxing Day morning. It's going to be very different this year.
Well, it was on the move anyway, if I'm being honest. We have talked this year very much about this huge change where we've seen a big shift to online because we want to stay safe, or because we've had the opportunity to shop in some stores, particularly non-essential retail stores, taken away from us. And we know that's happened in the lockdowns, but also as people have wanted to continue to feel safe. And whilst retailers spent absolutely millions and done so much work in trying to get you back into those stores to show that they're safe, we've seen a dip in footfall. But I think it's probably worthwhile looking at this year in terms of the patterning and trends we were starting to see anyway. We had seen a shift to move online as a prominent channel of shopping, as well as the traditional bricks and mortar stores. Yes, we've seen change that we probably anticipated by about 2025 just this year. So we've seen years worth of change in a matter of months, but the shift was happening. And we had started to see a decline from that traditional Boxing Day sales. There were always the stores that really held on till Boxing Day to open their sales up. But because of Black Friday entering the retail calendar over a decade ago, we'd already seen discounting and pre-Christmas sales happen. And I think this year is going to be very, very different for lots of reasons. But this movement in retail, this change in retail, where almost the consumers getting much more voice and much more savvy in terms of how to shop, has been on the rise for a while.
There is one thing that online shopping can't replace, and that's the human experience of being in a shop, isn't it, Kate? And that's the one thing a shop will always have. But do you think that is strong enough to keep customers coming back after this pandemic is hopefully sorted out?
It's strong enough if it's good enough. And I think what discerning consumers are going to look for as we move into this time, this evolution, this change, because we're not going back from this, where we still have retail and hospitality, hopefully, on our high streets, and goodness knows those industries have been hit in the traditional formats. We're going to see pioneers and evolution in terms of online. We're going to see exciting trends there. But I think it's going to be this survival of the fittest. And I don't just mean the big stores by that. We've seen a lot of movement, which I'm pleased about, honestly, in terms of the green shoots coming through from us understanding the importance of independence and the importance of small businesses. And we need those businesses, great and small, as part of the vibrancy of our offer. So I think if it's good enough in terms of either the value or the service it provides or the experience, then absolutely there's an opportunity for bricks and mortar, because we do absolutely shop differently in stores as to online. It's just a very different method. It's a different style. And sales shopping, that's why you'll hear today about the potential millions, if not billions, lost over this period, is if people can't get in the stores, it's the extra purchases that they didn't even anticipate making that make all the difference for retail.
Where do you think the support for them needs to come from finally, Kate? We obviously talk incessantly about that massive online retailer. We all know the one we're talking about, whose last quarter profits were nearly $100 billion. And we've spoken about this before, is that maybe they should put their hands in the pockets to try and help the high street, because they have such a large portion of blame for it being in a difficult position right now.
And after, goodness knows, probably 1,000 interviews this year, Johnny, you're still the only person I've talked to about it. But I love the idea of it. Yes, absolutely. We need to make sure that our local authorities create places to be. We as consumers need to drive that change. We need to understand that sometimes it is about supporting smaller businesses. I'm not saying any business is a charity, but we have to do our part if we want to see small businesses there. But could it not be an era of change where we see responsible, authentic businesses being respectful and understanding that they maybe have to support in a sort of big brother type way the smaller businesses and understand if they nurture them, it's part of the community feel. And I would love to see that absolutely online and in stores work more harmoniously together, but also businesses large and small work harmoniously together. It's a new era, it's a big change, but it can happen.
Kate, always good to talk to you. Merry Christmas, happy Boxing Day. Thanks very much. That's Kate Hardcastle there, MBE retail expert from Insight with Passion.